Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 8 of Dungeon Frights and Anime Fights. I'm here with my co-host, Plague.
What
Plague,
up,
what is
gamers?
cracking lacking?
Oh man, let me tell you, it's been a wild week. It's been kind of an emotional week for me. Uh,
Has been.
Let me just say, fuck the FAA.
Yeah, the FAA, dumb. It's a dumb organization.
Kind of the worst part of our government. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anyways,
No.
I'm not gonna get too much into that. That's a little bit personal. Still kind of peeved about it. Maybe in a later
Yeah.
episode.
That's still a fresh wound.
Very fresh, and I don't need to put any lemon and salt in that.
Plague still has a job.
Still have a job. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Let's just say things were out of my hands, and they made a decision that I don't agree with. But I still have a job, so I can't.
Not my company, the FAA.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Love our company. Man, I'm mad at the FAA.
Yep. Um, in other news, do you guys know that Plague, avid monster movie lover, has
Yeah,
not seen any of the current MonsterVerse movies?
yeah. We found this out last weekend. I invited Jesty over because I was like, "Hey, we're finally gonna be able to watch." So I'm apparently just a liar. Everything I say is just not true.
We're gonna get more into Plague's lies.
my my threads and
And
webs
I
of
caught
lies.
him in a lie. He maybe just misremembered, but
It was still a lie because I said it so confidently.
with so much confidence on it.
I invited Jesty over last Saturday, and I was like, "Oh man, we're gonna be able to watch the new Godzilla vs Kong," because I saw that it was getting released on HBO Max. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So he came over, got the babysitter all set up. Was just gonna chill with the boy. No movie to be watched.
No,
And so he was
no.
like, "Well, shoot, I don't want to have you rewatch, the first Godzilla versus Kong." And I bring up, "Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I haven't seen it." The
Yeah.
look on Jesty's face when I
And
said
then,
that,
and then I was like, okay, well, we can watch that. And then he's like, oh, I can't wait for the, well, what's his nose?
Jet Jagar?
No, not Jet Jagar. Um, Three-Headed Man,
Ooh, King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah. When you're like, can't wait for the King Ghidorah movie, I'm like, already happened, like 8 years ago.
No, I'm a fraud.
So we're sitting there, and we're like, God, like, we need to watch some of these movies. So we're
Mhm.
gonna start chipping through those again. So we'll probably talk about those on the pod.
Yeah, no. Apparently it's a good series. So I skipped those thinking that they were terrible Americanized like kind of like the Michael Bay Transformer films.
Well, they are. That's what makes them great.
Right. But like I thought they were directed by Michael Bay. No, it turns out apparently Peter Jackson, Mr. Lord of the Rings himself, is involved. I didn't know that.
He's involved a good chunk of them, I believe.
But now Saturday wasn't a waste though. We did
No,
end up watching a kaiju movie
we watched a movie.
with kaijus. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the
tell the people about this movie, this film, peak cinema.
peak. That's what I'm saying. Honestly,
Oh,
rivals The Room by Tommy Wiseau.
oh,
So I'm pretty sure that Amazon does not have any sort of like quality assurance for what they put on their video sharing app, the Prime Video, because me and Jesty, we found a little movie by the name of Zillafoot. It is a crossover of Godzilla and Bigfoot, and it looks
in
like it
case you're
was.
confused.
In case if you were if you know what both of those subjects are, you already know half the movie. Um,
It. We watched what 45 minutes.
yeah, we watched half of it,
We're
45
about
minutes. It is
halfway
a
through it.
full-length movie.
And we were about halfway through it, and it's so bad. They're running from this girl, this high school student,
Yep. That
and
looks like
this
she's 40.
scientist, and the scientists are running through the forest. Also, it's dubbed over. The entire movie is dubbed over,
Yeah.
and not well.
No.
And this middle-aged scientist is running this high school girl, and he's like, "You want to go on a date?"
Yeah.
Like, and they're like American actors.
Yeah. No, they are 100% in America. They all know English. I'm pretty sure they're doing like a joke on the whole like Japanese dubbings of Godzilla, like the
I'm
English.
sure.
It doesn't
but,
translate well when it's Americans doing the acting.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when like they're like these like scientists run in. They're like, "What is the problem?"
Yeah.
It's like if AI wrote a kaiju movie.
It looks like a high school senior's like final for his film class.
Yeah,
But he was the type of kid that really smelled bad. Is a good way of putting it.
That's accurate. It's so bad. So watch it.
Yeah, no, watch it. Like, we laughed. So there's a part. I'm just gonna bring up random moments that I remember because it was a fucking fever dream. There's a part that's underwater where they're using stock footage of people scuba diving in the middle of a lake.
Voiced over. It's voiced over. He's like, "What the hell do we care? We're getting paid regardless of what we say or not."
Yeah. Okay, so they're in this like normal rural like lake. Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
sea turtles. Those are
those are a part of the fresh water. It's just like coral reefs are popping up in the middle of this murky ass lake that they're filming at. It is just like the most stock footage.
It's
Fucking anything.
so absurd. And they're like, "Oh," and like they're so all of a sudden Zillafoot is just standing in the water like, "Rah."
With like the worst photoshopping you've ever seen, just plastered on top of the video. Zillafoot, which is like, it is a Bigfoot costume with reptile
With
hands,
lizard
and feet.
hands.
Yeah, lizard hands. Yeah, that's it. That is it. It is a gorilla costume with like
so
hands.
fucking dumb.
Do you remember the aliens, the ones that summon Zillafoot?
Yeah,
Do you remember
yeah.
their weapons?
Yeah, the crushed up balls of tinfoil
Yeah, that's it. It's just
that
a big old.
vaguely resemble. It's like the movie. Have you seen the movie Jujitsu with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Where all the weapons are made out of like PVC pipes. It's very obvious.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. It's
we're
very much
watching
that.
this movie and we're like, that's just a ball of tinfoil.
And one scene later, it gives you like a clear look at it. Oh, it's just tinfoil, ball like wadded up into a shape.
It's
10 out of 10 experience. Let me tell you, if I had like 2 beers in me, I would have remembered.
Beers.
Oh, beers. If I would have had 2 beers
Beers.
in me, I feel like I would have probably pissed myself of laughter.
Oh my fucking god. And then there's like a part where these military guys are talking, and they're talking to like a cryptid expert.
Yeah.
And there's the one guy that's behind the other guy, and he's just like points a gun at his head for no reason.
For no reason, just like,
Goes
oh,
to shoot him, and then just goes like, puts
that's
it
a
back.
cool gun. And just aims it to the back of his head, fucking executioner style. Fuck. Oh, and there was another scene with the military men where it's like, Corporal, this may be our last fight. Do you think it would be wise and fine if I were to call my wife? No.
Pregnant with our child.
Yeah, she's pregnant with my child.
Been here for 2 years.
You've been here for 2 years. It's a miracle on earth. So he's asking, like, can I get some time off to go see my wife one last time, or to call my wife one last time? And the corporal's just like, no. Fucking.
Dude, it might be the worst movie I've ever seen.
In the best way.
But like in a way that like, yeah, it's a bad movie.
Yep. You're not
Not like-
expecting, like, endgame levels of quality here.
No.
Like,
Now with a name like Zillafoot.
my favorite part of the entire film was every single 5 minutes I would glance over at you and you were just staring at me dead on like, what
'Cause
are
you
we
kept
watching?
you kept making us watch it, and I'm like, this was funny for 20 minutes, and now I'm in pain.
No, it was still funny for the full 45.
Because also every time they show Zillafoot, he's just like it standing was ah,
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He didn't
and
do
then
a single thing.
they like drove a remote control tank at Zillafoot, and he just like throws it,
Yeah, he just picks it up, and you could tell like
and then
it's a
and then
model.
then they mirror the footage and do it again.
Yeah. Honestly, they need to make more movies like this. It is top of the line cinema. A plus plus should have gotten every single
We're
award.
gonna start watching horrible sci-fi movies.
Oh man, we're just gonna Mystery Science Theater
Oh
3000 this.
man, 10-headed crocodile versus torpedo shark
Far left Velociraptor versus a bowl of pudding.
versus Randy.
Versus Stinky.
It's just, dude, that movie. If I never saw it again, it would be too soon.
Well, we have
It-
to finish it.
I don't want to.
Oh, but we gotta know the ending.
Do not want to finish it.
Man.
Like, have you seen the 2000 Godzilla?
Yes, the one with the really thin title. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, with the thin title, and then Godzilla's more T-Rex looking.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that one?
As a kid, I really liked it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it as an adult.
I don't think so
I bet-
either. That's kind of
but
what I was getting at.
I bet I haven't seen it since I was like 14.
I remember as a kid, that was like kind of my first introduction to Godzilla, and I was like, "Oh, big dinosaur! That's so cool!"
One thing we should do is I have on the Plex server I have all like the OG Godzilla movies.
Oh fuck yeah, man! Let me tell you, something else happened on Saturday as well. I don't know how this happens, but I'm like super into all this pop culture stuff, and I know so much about it, but I haven't watched any of it. Like same with the kaiju movies, like super into kaiju movies. Haven't watched all these new Godzilla ones.
None of them.
I watched with Jesty the first 2 episodes of a little show called Invincible.
That's true.
I actually had not seen any of it. It's good. Fucking hell, the end of that first episode? Okay, I get it.
It's really good
I get it.
because, like, you've seen The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Like The Boys, Homelander's terrifying because he's so strong, but you know he can. You kind of know he can be killed.
Yep. With Omni-Man, I don't know.
You're like, whoa, this is like the mightiest heroes on Earth, and he just beat the brakes off them
in 3 minutes.
because Red Rush decided to not just play defense.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
If you watch it back and you're like, man, if Red Rush just doesn't go swing on him, I don't know that he kills them.
Yeah, Red Rush was easily the best member. I also like his whole like backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, they gave a little bit of each one of those. What are they called? Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
They give a little backstory for each of them. Okay, like listen, I understand I'm like 2 to 3 years late on this. So spoilers for Invincible if you haven't seen it like me. Yeah, no,
'Cause
like
you're only one season in, maybe.
yeah, no, we've been watching a little bit more because my wife actually watched it in her own time
Yep.
while I was working, so she's also caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So spoilers for for the end of the first episode. Yeah, no, he kills all of them. Omni-Man kills them all, and he does it gracefully.
Yeah.
And he like plays the victim too so well. But no, did you know that Invincible is made by the same person that made The Walking Dead?
I did know that.
That's great. What, Robert Kirkman? Something like that.
But no, I did know that.
That's it. See, The Walking Dead was so good at first. So good.
Dude, it's one of those shows like I'm still like every now and again I find myself without something to watch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, where are we at with this?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Let's
And
just
then it's
check
like,
in.
we got spaceships now, space zombies. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, The Walking Dead came out and hit at the time where I was obsessed. Like I'm autistic, I can say this. My autistic hyperfixation at the time was zombies. Like I loved Left 4 Dead. I was playing Left 4 Dead like every single night after school. And then
mhm,
The Walking Dead came out and I'm like, "Oh, I'm living in the right timeline. I can't wait to watch this." And like the
mhm.
first season just so filled with drama and suspense and then yeah, it just kind of kept
like
going.
like season four with Negan.
Yeah, they should have ended
Like,
at like that.
yeah,
Negan is memorable, and I don't see anyone talking about any of the stuff that's going on after Negan.
yeah.
I couldn't tell you. There's like 5 seasons since
No one
Negan.
cared. Well, it's because Negan's such a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
Villain.
Villain, anti-hero.
Yeah, like the dude's. It's just so good. And then I guess later in the seasons, you get to see like his like last days with his wife and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you're like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
I love when shows do that, when they just like shows and games and anything, where they just make you feel and understand the villain.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like the scene from Wreck-It Ralph where it's like, just because I'm bad guy does not mean I'm bad guy.
Yeah.
When I stopped watching The Walking Dead, it was when the governor got shown for the first time.
Well, that would have been before Negan.
Yeah, no, like I didn't watch any of the Negan stuff. I know of Negan. I
Yeah.
never watched any of it. Like I think
Sure.
the governor shows up at the end of like season 2 or season 3. And that's
Yeah.
when I was kind of like, it's going kind of slow here. And then
Yeah.
they somehow dragged that out. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, no, same guy made Invincible. And so far, I'm really liking Invincible. I think it's a really good story.
It's fun.
It's really good. Really, I really like the idea of um like this alien parasitic race that goes from planet to planet to basically conquer it. It's what the Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z or from Dragon Ball should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely.
Exactly. No, exactly. That's and they just dumpster places.
Yeah. Just there's
It's
nothing they can do.
awesome.
Also, the mustache being a sign of like tradition and heritage and power. Of
Yep.
course. Of course it is. Of course.
Yep. Yeah,
S-
there's some Viltrumites that show up later in the series that you're just like, fuck.
oh, I figured out the name of the alien that Omni-Man kisses. It's Alan.
Doesn't.
Do you know a character
Doesn't.
named Alan?
I'm going to fight you.
He does. Omni-Man and Alan kiss.
Podcast's over. We're not doing this. I'm not playing along.
That's
with
all
this
I know.
bit.
No, that's not a bit. That's all I know. I saw it. I don't know if it's real or not, but there's like a
It's
comic
not.
strip
It's
of him
not. I
kissing.
told you it's not.
Ooh. But that Alan guy seems cool too.
Alan is cool.
He might be kissing. I don't know.
They're
I
not
don't know.
kissing. They're not.
I haven't read it. I only watched 2 episodes. No, well, I'm up to 4 now.
Anyways, Plague, you might be looking a little more clear.
Yeah. I'm feeling
Gotta-
good.
Got a camera upgrade.
Not only me. Don't sell yourself short. You also got a camera
I
upgrade.
want you all to know that I had it first.
He did.
He copied me.
He did. So as people who have dabbled in like streaming and content creation and stuff, there's always that one moment where you're like, am I going to be serious about this? And that moment is when you decide to stop using a webcam and to start using a mirrorless camera.
Yep.
So me and Jesty first, I will give you this. Jesty first.
Hey, you better.
We both got the same camera. You
We
probably,
did.
if you're interested in this type of setting at all, you'll probably know which one we're already talking about. But it's the Sony
Sony
A5100.
A100.
Yeah, yeah. Great budget mirrorless camera. Oh, excuse
Yep.
me. Oh my God.
I don't look any clearer because I'm not using it for my face cam.
No.
I'm using it for a hand cam.
Yep.
We'll talk about that later, but um, yeah, I pulled the trigger on it. My wife and I also decided that we needed like a nice camera since we have, a little guy
Mm-hmm.
um, who turns 1 in like less than 10 days.
Oh my God.
It's unreal.
Time is flying.
Time is flying.
Can you believe that I'm going to be 30 this year?
Wild.
That's insane.
Basically dead.
Ba- 1 foot in the grave already. No, we both
no,
got Sony's.
Yeah, we both have identical setups for our Sonys.
Mm-hmm.
Same video capture card, same lens, same. Well, no, you have a white Sony A5100.
I do have a white one. I got the white one off of eBay, and you got the black one off of eBay.
Yeah.
Because
The original one.
I'm the yin to your yang.
Sure.
I'm the salt to your pepper.
I suppose you probably have lights on in your office, so
I do. Yeah, I do. You're kind of looking a little in the
dark.
shadows.
Normally I have a ring light that like lights me up a little bit, but it's like ghetto taped to my arm for my Sony A5100
Mm-hmm.
until I get a better solution figured out.
Yeah.
Um,
Until you get at least a second arm.
well, I have 2 arms. What do you think this is on?
That's fair. That's fair.
I have 2 arms. It's just
You have 2 arms. You have 2
Can
legs.
and but yeah, I had I still have because the package got thrown in the garbage and sent away. So it just lives at my house now. This thing, this piece of garbage.
Oh, let's talk about that.
So I got my camera in, I'm plugging it all. I got my stuff. I'm excited, plugging it all in. I cannot get my computer to read out. It just won't.
It will not register that camera. It registers it. It will not show you any video.
So I went to Plague's house where he had the $14 option that we're both running now. This is $100, by the way.
Yeah, the cam. So we're talking about the Elgato Camlink 4K.
Don't buy this.
Yeah,
Do not buy this.
yeah. There is a $14 option on Amazon that is a 4K HDMI like
Yep.
capture card.
So I went over to Plague's, tried out his, and it worked. It just worked.
I plugged it in and it literally worked first try. And I do not think I've seen Justy any angrier.
And I was like, well, I guess I'll get set up the return for this. Got home. The garbage bag was out.
Yep.
Couldn't find it anywhere. Figured my wife threw it away and then threw it in the dumpster. So
I mean, it happens. I mean, maybe it'll work with like your consoles.
maybe.
That might actually work. I don't know if the Camlink specifically will, but it is still a capture card. But no, now we have a little fancy little tool that is only $14 on Amazon, and I'm a big advocate because it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it works great.
I think okay, so my video quality, I feel like I look more like myself now.
Yeah.
With the obviously he still can't see me. We still have not figured out a way for us to both be able to see each other.
We just haven't pulled the trigger on an actual podcasting software.
Yeah, no.
We're actually using Discord.
We're using Discord like true gamers. I love the Elgato Facecam. So we're talking shit about one Elgato product, but I actually love this one. I am a big Elgato fanboy.
Yeah.
This face cam now is going to be used for what Justy's using the A5100 for, which is for like painting models and like close-up stuff. I'm thinking about opening up some card packs, stuff like that.
That's how I used to start streams, is by opening a pack of cards.
That's a really good idea. Because then, oh, you missed today's poll. You got to get in here right away.
Yep.
But then I have to stick to a schedule, and we both know I'm really bad at that.
You sure are.
Sure am. Sure
I
am.
really, I grind that gear every time I get the chance.
You really do.
I'm just
To
like,
be fair,
hey,
this last week though, like these last 7 days, I've been through a lot.
no, I'm giving you a pass this week.
Just this week. If I didn't have D&D, so we have D&D this weekend. I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna be streaming on Sunday, and I would stream both days. It's just every single night with the new job that I'm doing, I'm just so tired because I'm getting there a little earlier, and I'm staying until 5. But it's a bit of a shorter drive, so it kind of evens out. But it's like, oh man, I am tired after what I do now. So
Yeah.
but that's fine. I'll get back into it. I'm a fucking trooper. I can do this. I can, play video games,
Yeah.
right?
Better than me. I'm just a 1 day a weeker, so
Hey, that's better than where we were.
true. Also, Plague. I don't know if you've seen in the news.
Oh.
Shadow the Hedgehog is voiced by John Wick.
They're gonna give him a gun.
He's gonna. I need a gun. Like
Instead of a
like,
dog, it's Maria. Why did you hurt
bringing-
Maria?
We're not bringing Shadow's voice actor. And everyone's like, oh, that kind of sucks. And they're like, but Keanu, and they're like, oh,
Oh.
oh.
Oh. So a lot of people are saying that the Sonic the Hedgehog movie series takes place in the Cyberpunk series because of the fact that now that they have Keanu Reeves and Knuckles is voiced by Idris Elba, it's basically Cyberpunk now.
Basically, Cyberpunk.
Basically the same story.
It's really becoming very much a star-studded cast.
Yeah, for the Sonic the Hedgehog like I can't wait for people to start saying the Sonic Cinematic Universe. Can you? I can't wait.
It's got to tie in the Mario movie.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
have the Olympic Games
The
movie.
Nintendoverse.
Oh, the Nintendoverse.
It's just building up to a Smash movie.
Oh man, let me tell you, a Smash
10
movie
years,
would go
In
hard,
10 years, we're gonna have a Smash Brothers movie.
and it's going to do so much better than all of the Avengers movies, and then people are gonna get really mad.
Well, no, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have a bunch of people that are like, I've always been a Nintendo fan.
Ah,
Just
just
like
like
the
Marvel
Marvel
movie. Yeah,
Where
yeah.
everyone's like, I've always been a Marvel fan. Yeah, what's your favorite comic series?
Deadpool.
Which one?
Yeah,
shut up.
yeah. There's
If it weren't
gonna
for
be
these
a lot of
movies,
that.
if it weren't for these movies, you would have never watched them.
Yeah, I get to be
the
the guy.
About it.
I get to be the guy to be like, I woke up every Saturday and I was watching Sonic X. You don't know shit.
You know shit.
You don't know shit.
You weren't there for Sonic Boom.
You weren't there for Sonic Boom. You didn't play Sonic Riders. I know you didn't. Look at you.
You didn't play Sonic the Werehog.
Oh, Sonic Unleashed.
What a bad game.
But I was there in the
Oh.
trenches playing Sonic Unleashed.
For some reason, he becomes a werehog and he's stretchy all of a sudden.
Also, why call it a werehog? Why not call it like a hedge wolf? Like the werehog sounds like a sexual act.
Ooh, werehog you. What's up, baby?
Hey yo, what's up, baby? Fuck. Sheesh. Jesus
it-
Christ.
I saw the casting though, and I was like, Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog.
I think that's a good call, though. I genuinely think that's a good call because I want Shadow the Hedgehog to pull up in a Dodge Charger. No, Dodge Challenger. Yeah, no, Chargers are Dodge, right?
Yeah, so are Challengers.
Cool, both. He's gonna drive both of them in the movie because they're gonna get sponsored. I want him to pull up in a Dodge Challenger with a Tech 9 in his hand and be like, "You heard Maria. I'm after you. I'm the ultimate life form." And then Crush 40 is playing in the background. Can you see all of me?
I can't wait for Chris Pratt to be Silver.
I love spin dashing
Can't wait for Ryan Reynolds to be what's the crocodile's name?
Oh, Vector?
Vector.
Man, listen, the Team Chaotix is my fucking jam. That's my favorite group in Sonic. Like, they got a fucking crocodile and a bumblebee, dude. The
And
bumblebee.
then they're gonna cast what's her name?
Scarlett Johansson as Rouge the Bat.
No, no, you wish. It's gonna be you look like the 4th of July.
Jennifer Coolidge as Rouge the Bat. Oh, that makes me want the Chaos Emeralds real bad.
Oh, Shadow.
Shadow, I want the Chaos Emeralds real bad. She is in the Minecraft movie. Did you know that?
Jennifer Coolidge is Amy.
Oh, Sonic. Sonic, I love you.
I want a chili dog real bad.
I want a chili dog. Oh, you got me fucking ugly laughing. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Oh, I want that chili dog real bad, Tails. Go pick me up one.
oh God.
You know, I can't wait for the Sonic Cinematic Universe. This is going to be great.
As a side note, back to last Saturday? No, Sunday.
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 I texted Flag
Ooh.
and I asked him, "Hey, have you seen Go-Go Loser Ranger?" And he said, "Oh, I think I've seen the first 2 episodes of that." There was only 1 episode out. He lied to me.
Okay.
He definitely was thinking about a different anime.
Totally thinking of a different anime. So, Go-Go Loser Ranger and another series that I still haven't looked up the name of, but I watched 2 episodes of that one. And it's about like a Super Sentai Power Ranger type guy falling in love with the villainess. And like their love has to be secret because he's the hero and she's the villain. And I was like, "Oh, this is really cute. Yeah, he's kind of a loser." So I thought that's what he was talking about. And so he's like telling me about this new anime that came out. I'm like, "Yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes of that." Nope.
And I texted back and went,
Really? I was like, "Yeah, isn't that the one with
So
the
Go-Go Loser Ranger is like The Boys meets Power Rangers.
Okay.
Where
Fuck yeah.
they're just shitters. They're
Good.
just the worst. But it's one of the like henchmen guys decides he's like, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked by these guys.
Yep.
So he starts doing like, they're called the Tamers.
Mm.
So he starts doing Tamer training. It's been fun. 2 episodes are out. I've been having a good time with it.
Is it more of a comedy or is it kind of action focused or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Hell yeah. Okay.
It's not quite as comedy focused as like One Punch, but
Gotcha. But it's got enough gags to kind of like get you laughing and then enough action to kind of be like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
Speaking of anime news, we don't actually have this on the docket, but did you watch the finale of Solo Leveling?
I have not yet.
All right, we will move on. Go watch that. Real good.
Yeah. I know I the whole anime has been gas, so
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be good. It's just time.
There's not a lot of it.
No.
Not a lot of it. I want you to know I'm going to be ending my week this week with 52 hours.
Ah.
Not a lot of time in the world anymore. I think on like episode 4. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm just so filled with gas all the time. I think it was on episode 4 or 5. It was right before I started my new job. I was like, yeah, this new job is going to be great. I'm going to have so much more time to stream and like edit.
And then we hit the busy season immediately.
Immediately after I start, like, give it like end of July to like March, I will be free basically. But for now until July, it is very much like, oh hey, you're gonna be working like 50 hours a week. So I'm getting used to it. The checks have been really nice though. Like, let me tell you, I saw my check start with the number 2, and I was like, oh, okay.
Like, oh,
I can get used to that. Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And somehow we were running out of money faster. So the way we
So I went and bought a 12-pack pop today.
Oh yeah.
And it was $8.
I can't. Everything is
Everything's awful. This isn't a political podcast.
This isn't.
But everything's awful.
Everything is awful. Everything is awful. Not for any particular reason, but everything is awful. Because we're not getting into that. We're not going to be guest starring on the Joe Rogan podcast.
So you're telling me wolves
You're telling me there are 2
punching
wolves
packs?
inside of you? And they're kissing? Whoa, dude. I was on Fear Factor.
And I had hair.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everything's really expensive now. Like, so with my last job, I was getting paid 1 week and my wife would get paid the next. So like every single week we had like, let's just say like $1,500 coming in. And that was nice. We could make that last. But now we're getting like $3,700 in the span of 2 days. And we're like, oh, we got so much money.
Yeah.
And then it disappears. And like
It's
by
an
the
adjustment
weekend.
for sure.
Yeah. So we got to get used to kind of spacing it out to last 2 weeks instead of 1 week. But it comes with time. I got some nice stuff. I got my big fuck off monitor and a mirrorless camera. I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely go watch the Solo Leveling finale.
Yeah.
Man,
No, I plan to. It's just,
fuck, dude. Why is it so good?
it just is.
It's like a reverse
Yeah.
isekai, and I think that's why I like it, because it's like in the real world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fucking, that finale really makes me want more.
Speaking of leveling, we finally had a D&D session again.
We did.
Played your wife's campaign.
Yep,
Started a jailbreak
absolutely.
to break our rogue out of, like, basically fantasy Alcatraz.
Yep. Big ol' fucking island in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by like storms and blood crystals and yeah, just everything you can think of to keep people out.
Yep.
No, I don't know. We brought up our rogues kind of story, right? Okay. So like, yeah, no, we're finally getting the climax of his section of this campaign, and we've gotten him. So I'm playing Dea, the gunslinger. We make a lot of fun of him, but I love that guy. And our what is he? God, I can't
Which
remember.
character?
Lucian.
Artificer.
Thank you. Me and our artificer, we were able to kind of get in with help from the party to kind of sneak in as prisoners to get our rogue Loken out. And we just started a whole fucking prison brawl. What?
By sneaking in, he means he was escorted in by me and the cleric, who were wearing the heavy armor of the guards that work there.
It was a really cool moment. You did it. Hey, you did it.
Motherfucker.
That was a good fight though. Like, it wasn't even a fight.
It
It
was-
was just fucking, they just got their asses handed to them and you're like, ooh, armor.
Yeah. Basically, the cleric and I turned a corner and just jumped these two dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. Our two
Um,
big beefcakes just barrel into these guys and they did not see it coming.
So we brought them to the prison. They started a prison riot, and Torv did what Torv does.
Yeah.
I fried some poor dude.
Yeah. Was that when you used your shield?
No, I critted.
Oh, that's right.
I crit, and I had a level 2 spell slot, and I was like,
Gonna fucking use it.
Everyone told me to not, so didn't.
Well, everyone told you not to, but then I was like, no, Jesty, don't use your level 2 slot. We're going into a boss fight. And you were like, wow, Plague, that's really insightful. I should take uh more tips and tricks about D&D from you. Oh, the eye twit. Okay, you know what? I'm done. I've given you a lot of shit tonight. I'm done.
Uh, it's just one of those things like when a paladin crits, you're just like, what's my highest spell level available?
What am I going to divine smite with?
And
I want to see big number.
then I was rolling dice because I still use a smite, and Ghosty, who's Plug's wife, was like, he's dead. And I'm like, I got more dice.
Let me roll the funny
I
rocks.
got more.
This last session, I want to say, was probably the best our party has ever dealt with combat.
Yeah, we've never been that effective in combat.
No, like we have a sorcerer on our team, and our sorcerer, the last big combat session we had, she was basically kind of like
Didn't exist.
did not exist. She was like frozen. What was it? Stunned?
She was harpy songed or whatever.
Oh yeah, charmed. She was charmed like
Yeah.
the entire fight. It was like an entire session. This time, however, she crit for like what was it? Like 120 damage.
It was like 68 damage.
And didn't she twin spell it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But she then missed the second person she shot at.
You know what? It's fine because it was still a crit. No, and just like I sit next to our sorcerer, and she was just like, "I fucking did it! I did something!" It was so
Yeah,
fun.
it does feel kind of bad. There's a lot of fights where she's just kind of like stuck.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, our last campaign, the one that you were DMing, that was Cranston.
Oh.
That was my character. I was just like, well, I missed my Eldritch Blast. Move on to the next person. I can't do anything. But yeah, no, we have never been that effective in combat ever. And like we had like 12, 14 minis on the board, and it only took us like 2 hours, which sounds like a lot, but for like that many people and that much rolling, it's not that long.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It didn't take a lot of time at all. No, everyone was just putting in work.
Mm-hmm. And like we have a couple of NPCs that my wife came up with helping us out for this fight. And one of them is like this legendary rogue assassin in my wife's world, named Blackthorn. And our rogue actually ended up finding or procuring somehow, probably by stealing, Blackthorn's blade. And there was this really cool moment that my wife got to do where like Loken, our assassin, or I'm sorry, our rogue had the knife out and Blackthorn saw it and she got to roleplay like, "Oh, I've missed you so much." And she like walks up to Loken and's like, "Can I just touch her for a second? Let me just see her one last time." And like it just glows with like golden glyphs all up and down it. And like now it does what, like necrotic damage?
Like some bonkers, like once per long or 3 times per long rest, it can do like 8d8 damage or something.
Yeah. Like basically like a melee fireball of
Fuck.
necrotic.
It's fucking bonkers.
Yeah. But to be fair, he's had that for like 6 sessions.
Yeah.
And so this is finally like Loken's big payoff. Perfect timing because we're going into our first big boss.
Yep.
We had our
are.
mini boss, but we're going into our first big boss.
That mini boss got the brakes beat off him too.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I had the mini out. Fuck, I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't bring the mini out. But I painted that thing beautifully. It is like a big juggernaut-esque prisoner with like a metal helmet with spikes on him and like ripped up chains on his arms. And I think I did a fantastic job painting him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, really, really effective session this last time.
Yeah. No, it was really good. We had fun.
It's fun when that happens. I like it when
Yeah.
that happens.
we don't all work together anymore, so it kind of dragged to get started. But
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of catching up to do.
mhm.
I miss seeing you every day.
Blake still sees me like most days.
It's really nice. Yeah, no, it is really nice.
Now he works at like a location that I visit almost once a week, if not twice a week, anyways.
Yeah.
So
So I get to see Justy quite often still. Haven't seen him yet this week. Kind of sucks. Real sad.
I was even in that location this week,
Yeah, you were in there on Tuesday?
Monday.
Monday. Yeah. He actually ended up. So one of my new coworkers in this new location, he actually got his gaming PC built by Jesty. Both me and Jesty love building computers. We built
He hasn't
like
complained about it, so it must be working pretty good.
must be working pretty good. No, he says he really, really likes it, and he showed me like the PC part list, and that's a good little machine. That's a good little
It's
machine.
pretty spooky.
Yeah.
His fan is like at the bottom of the PC, so it updrafts in. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no. Hey, that's kind of funky. But it's really cool getting to talk about that type of stuff. But then I'm just like, oh man, we built two computers for two people in our friend group that those builds
of
could not have gone
garbage.
worse. They could not have gone worse. Not because of the parts, not because of like anything that me or Jesty did, but just anything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yep.
Just we have named both of them the builds from hell.
Part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 and part 2. Like I think one of the main issues for one of them was we had the front panel power switch on backwards,
Yep.
and it took us
Too long.
4 hours to figure that out
Yeah.
after everything was built.
Yeah.
There's another one. The other build, we ended up having another buddy of ours. He's also in our D&D campaign. Drive home at like 2 in the morning all the way across our city. It took him like 25 minutes to get to the other side of the city and drive all the way back with a Dremel. And here he is in my kitchen dremeling a case at like 3 in the morning.
To get the power supply to fit in.
Yeah, to get the power supply to fit into this case because it was so close. We dremeled it, still didn't fit.
Yep.
Oh man, the builds from hell, let me tell you.
Yep.
But no, I think that's probably one of my favorite hobbies is building computers, especially
Yeah.
when I get to do it with this guy. Because he does all the work and I just like
You sure you're doing right?
Here, let me just get in there in your way.
Oh.
That one time.
I was literally tightening down like a screw for a motherboard, and all of a sudden another set of hands joins me in this case.
I'm like, hey, I'm just here to help out.
Hey, I'm gonna put this in. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I felt so bad. So the reason why is because it had gotten to the point where it was like Jesty was doing everything, and I'm like, oh, I don't want him to think that he's just doing this all by himself, and I'm just standing around doing nothing. I should probably do something. So I picked the worst time for me to be like, now's the time.
Now's the time for me to do this.
Yeah. I think it was like putting in the RAM or something like pretty.
Oh yeah,
In
that's what it was. I was like, what are you doing?
I'm just putting in the RAM. I'm sorry. I just want to help. You're doing it all. And you're just like, you're here for cable management, and that's it.
Yeah, because I hate doing cable management.
Oh, I love. So disregard the way my battle station. I used to love that phrase, and now I think it's so cringy.
Mm-hmm.
The way my setup looks. The inside of my case is flawless. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about cable management, but I just want the inside of the case to look nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, our D&D session, it's going real well. We're gonna be probably ending Loken's story this next session. We're gonna be fighting the big boss,
Yeah.
and it'll be really nice to have him
I wonder
back.
I wonder if he's gonna keep playing Loken or if he's gonna retire Loken.
That's a good point. That's a good option. Because Loken's story would kind of be done.
Yep.
And Loken's the type of character where it would kind of make sense for him to kind of be like, I'm good. I don't need to keep going.
Yeah.
Huh. We'll have to
Not
see.
that I hope not that I hope he retires his character, but there are times when you're like, I think it makes sense for this character to retire,
Mm-hmm.
and this might be one of those cases.
I will say though that Torv and Loken actually have really good synergy on the field.
Yeah, super good.
I think he's gonna probably want to keep playing it just for that alone.
Yeah, because so we talked about it a little bit, but I'm playing very much like the shield using paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the shield master, it's either shield master or shield fighting.
I think it's
One
Shield
of the two.
Master.
One of the two. Yeah, it's shield master. If you make an attack action, you can make a bonus action shield bash where you can knock something prone or push it 5 feet. It does not say it has to be the same thing you attacked.
That's true.
So what I have been doing usually is I'm fighting and Loken will fight right next to me. I'll attack the monster and then push Loken out of combat. And he'll voluntarily fail a save,
Mm-hmm.
fail a strength check, so he just goes back 5 feet.
Done.
It's nuts. It's so cheesy.
Yeah. Basically a crit every turn.
And like if Loken's not there, then I just knock someone prone.
Yep. Oh, but it does so much damage. It's so nice.
It's so much work. Movement is such an underrated part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you can get additional movement, take it.
Yeah. I've been saying the same thing about League of Legends for years. The most underrated stat is movement speed, because if they can't catch you, they can't kill you.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. I would agree with that. Same with D&D. Like, any source of movement is more powerful than you expect.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that kind of wraps it up for D&D. I can't wait to see what happens in 2 days in that
Yep.
big final battle.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun.
So I
We
wanted
should order food on Saturday though.
we should
Because
You gonna
we
come
have a lot
over
of
early?
but no, we'll come over. And my wife's out of town, so just me and the boy.
Me and the boys. Good old. Oh man, your son has gotten so mischievous now that he can crawl.
Menace to society.
Now that he can crawl. God.
Plague and Ghosty have cabinets that he can actually get to, like the double door cabinets.
Yep.
So he grabs a hold of me, just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Ghosty's like, "Who's banging my cabinets?" And he's like,
It's me.
It's me."
Oh man. There was a time, I think it was the last time that it was the last session. I was holding him. And I was like, "What are you doing, little guy? What are you doing?" And then I turned him around and I put him on the floor. The second his hands and legs touched the floor, just immediately he skirted off towards the wires, because I have a bunch of wires like under my entertainment center. And he's like, "I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna eat him." And I'm like, "No, little guy."
Today, I stepped out into the kitchen at our house.
Yeah.
Stepped out of the living room. And I was getting something. Can of pop or something. I came back and he was on top of the entertainment stand.
What? How did he
I'm like,
do that?
like, "What are you doing?"
Buddy.
And he's like,
Yeah, no.
"Look what I did."
If
Bet
you
you feel pretty stupid.
guess you feel pretty dumb, huh, Dad? If you and him come over early, we might be able to play a little bit of Don't Look Back. Oh, I got you, didn't I?
Or maybe some Cyberpunk.
Maybe some Cyberpunk? Did you see
I don't
that
have.
the Edgerunners expansion's out?
It's not out yet.
It's not?
No.
I
It's
just
available
saw
for
an ad
pre-order.
for it.
It's available for pre-order.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Which I'm a little miffed because they didn't tell me when I pre-ordered it, like the different versions of it.
Oh
So I'm just gonna
no.
get the dumb fucking acrylic standees. I don't want that. I want the minis.
Oh no. Yeah, I hate acrylic standees.
Arrgh. Me too.
That shit, like, even like I get trolled so often because I collect statues of stuff. You can kind of see some behind me. Well, Justy can't, but whoever's watching can.
I
Um,
know
I,
of your statues.
he
Deep
knows of
down.
my terrible hobby. Um, and like I'll get trolled all the time because I'll be like looking through sites for like some deals or something. I'm like, oh fuck, Gear 5 Luffy for $20. Okay, yeah, fuck yeah. And then I click on the picture and it zooms in and I'm like, oh, that's just a fucking acrylic vinyl stand. That is a sticker. That is $20 for a sticker. Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh, it makes me so
Hooray.
mad. It's so lame. It's so poopy caca.
Caca.
Poopy caca. But yeah, no.
Speaking of poopy caca, everything in the world is awful in the world of Fallout. We've been watching that. You
Ooh,
watched
good
the first
segue.
episode. I've seen the whole series.
You finished all 8 episodes?
I'm done with all 8 episodes.
Oh shit, you must have liked it.
I did. I
Okay.
had a lot of fun with it. I actually don't really care for the Fallout franchise of games.
Okay.
I just don't. It's trying to scratch the same itch as like it's a Bethesda game, so it's trying to scratch the same itch as like Skyrim, Morrowind,
Mhm.
Oblivion, and I would just rather play those games.
Oh, here we go. So I just got done. So me and the wife, we watched episode 1 today because I kept hearing good things, and I am actually quite a fan of the Fallout series
Hmm.
to the point where I actually had the comment today. Yeah, if they could just stop making Elder Scrolls games and make these instead, I would be so happy. Because I would much rather play a Fallout game than an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, because Fallout 4 was so good.
What was wrong with it?
Everything.
The story may have been bad, but the gameplay was the best the series ever had.
Look, I jumped on the hype train because everyone told me Fallout 4 was going to be the best game ever, best game of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I'll buy it. I haven't bought a Fallout game since New Vegas.
Do you at least like New Vegas?
I like New Vegas.
Okay.
I'll try Fallout 4. And literally every bug that you could get, I got on my first playthrough.
Ooh.
T-posing, bodies falling through the floor or falling through the floor into the ceiling like Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything was broken. I'm like, what great experience this is.
Yeah, but the same thing happened to Cyberpunk later. And now that game's amazing.
Yep, sure is. But I'm not talking about that.
Talking
Talking
about
about the
Fallout.
Fallout show, which I actually like the environment of Fallout a lot.
Yeah. The best thing Fallout has going for it is its setting.
Like I love the. It's not steampunk.
It's like retro. It's like futurism, like retro futurism.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah. No,
But like the games, like they just miss the mark for me for some reason.
like I really like. So I have not played 1 and 2. I'm a bandwagoner. I'm a Bethesda and Oblivion Fallout fan. So I'm not like a hyper fan of the Fallout series, but I've pumped in a couple hundred hours into the series. And there's just something about that aesthetic and that setting that I just absolutely love, and like the system and the world and the lore I feel is just so unique. So I actually went into the series kind of just like with high hopes, like high expectations, because it's like, yeah, I
Mhm.
actually really like this. So for those of you that don't know or haven't seen it, the Fallout series, from what I'm understanding, is going to be following 3 characters' stories. We have Lucy, who is a vault dweller, Maximus,
Yep.
who is a member of the Brotherhood of Steel,
Yep.
and the Ghoul, who is a bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell, that first episode is probably one of the best setup episodes I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really good.
They all have their own arcs. Lucy kind of gets the spotlight for sure.
Yep. Well, she's like your main protagonist.
She's
So
like
that
your
makes sense.
main of the 3.
She kind of has like a little bit of a Mary Sue complex, but it's not to a point where you're like, "Ugh, Jesus Christ."
Yeah. Yeah. I
Where
my
she's like, I have secret radiation healing powers, and I have to work for them at all.
Oh, well, that's cool to know. I didn't know that. My favorite part in episode 1 about Lucy is when she's talking about sperm. She meets her. So we're going to go into a little bit of spoilers, or at least on the first episode here. So if you have not watched the series yet and you want to, at least mute us, but keep watching. We could really use the views. Fuck you, I'm a slut for views. So yeah, here's your spoiler warning. So when when Vault 32 kind of gets access to Vault 33 due to the wedding, and she's sitting there at the table with her new soon-to-be husband, who is not going to be her husband at all, she's just talking like, so what's your sperm count like? You got any good swimmers? I'm just like, oh yeah, someone who is kind of locked up in a vault for their entire life would kind of probably be like that. We actually used to work with a couple of homeschooled guys that are very similar.
What about later?
Okay, fair.
Um,
He didn't
yeah,
know
no,
that. I guess he didn't know that. Okay, anyways.
no, I didn't.
You're stuck on that now. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. I thought it was fun. I liked it a lot. I'm trying to. There's a lot because, like Plague said, episode 1 does a really good job of setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like things that I would reference are like go like later in the series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to like narrow my view to just that first episode.
Thank you. I have a topic. I have one for you.
Sure.
Here's a question that you probably will know the answer to. So did Maximus put the razor blade in the boot?
I do know the answer.
You're not gonna say it?
I don't want to. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
No.
You ask me these questions.
So it gets answered.
It does get answered.
Okay. That's cool. Like they set up a lot in that first episode where it's like I'm already like waiting to watch season 2 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But like,
But no, he didn't. He still benefits when that revelation's made.
okay. Gotcha. I think the best thing about the series is the fact that it's not like a 1-for-1 shot of like, here are all of the events of Fallout 3, but in film 4. Okay, Here we go. Plague's hot takes. Plague's bad opinion time. I think the Last of Us franchise is one of, if not the most overrated franchises. And I'm sorry, if you're going to put millions of dollars into a TV show about the series, don't make it a 1-for-1 shot of the game that came out 10 years ago.
Fair.
Thank you.
So here's my take on it. There's like certain video games that don't need to revolve around the same characters.
Yes.
Like if they would have done the Last of Us series, but it would have been 2 completely different characters.
Yep. 100%.
The Halo series, if that's not Master Chief, the series is 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because
Are you also a big fan of ODST?
ODST's fine. It's actually not my favorite game. I don't understand the dick riding of ODST.
Okay. I think people just say that ODST is their favorite to be different. I liked it a lot. I really
I
like.
liked it, but
Yeah.
it's not the same caliber as like Reach.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so I didn't play Reach.
Oh, it's the best game in the series.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. That is when I got out of Halo. And then I
But
got back in when 4 got released. So I skipped the best one.
um, I've been replaying Infinite a bit, and it's been a lot of fun. I actually, I hated on Infinite a lot, and now I'm playing through the story again, and I'm like, this is kind of fun.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like Halo campaigns are always going to be pretty fun. I think
It's
that's the gold standard for like single player shooter games.
yeah, it's up there for sure. Um, but back to Fallout.
Yeah, we were talking about Fallout.
We're
Sorry.
talking about Fallout.
Yep.
Um, the series is fun. I really like how all the characters interact. I like how they all have very different views on the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you kind of figure out what's going on with Vault 31, 32, and 33. And you're just like, what a fucking twist.
What a mess.
There's like a throwaway line in like the last or second to last episode that you're like,
Okay, you're just kind of like that's a revelation.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Um, I love the fact that they're not afraid to poke fun at these characters.
Mhm.
I feel like that's a lot of the like appeal of Fallout is that Fallout itself does not take itself seriously, and the
Mhm.
directors know that. Like there is a literal line in the first episode about how they practice sex with their cousin
Mhm.
because yeah, they would. They didn't have to say that, but it's kind of like yeah, if you were in that situation, you only have like 30 people in that vault. Yeah, that's going to happen. But they're poking
Yeah.
fun at it.
Mhm.
And I think that's just some of the joy. Like that first
Yep.
episode really sold me. I was kind of, I had high hopes, but I was like, most adaptations aren't good. But no,
Yeah, look at
I'm
Halo.
liking it a lot. You can check it
Ditto.
out on Amazon Video, Prime Video. Fuck. Yeah, Prime Video.
Amazon.
Or any of your favorite islands on the high seas. Yar.
Oh, I gotcha.
Just in case if you
You have Prime.
yeah, no, I have Prime, but some people don't want to support Jeff Bezos.
Free Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. Man,
Jeffrey.
that is a good series. Amazon, I want to say that Amazon has better exclusives than Netflix.
It does. There's no question about it.
The Boys,
Maybe it's
Invincible.
because Netflix fired my man's,
Who?
and then Amazon picked him up. Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah. Fuck them.
They fired him, and then Amazon was like, "You want to do a Warhammer series on?"
And he's like, "Yeah, I
Amazon
fucking
Prime?"
do."
Yeah, I fucking do. Look at the fucking size of me. Like,
Yep. Me and the wife actually watched the first season of that Witcher series. I remember it because it came out at like the worst time because it came out right alongside Mandalorian season 1.
Mhm.
And we watched it over Christmas when we were like spending 4 days at Kristen's parents' house. Um uh and yeah, no, that first season is actually pretty good and like Henry Cavill does a fantastic job as Geralt.
yeah, the only issue I have with him is he's too big.
He's too
He is
big for
too
Geralt.
big to be Geralt.
Geralt is kind of just a normal sized dude.
Yeah, that's one of those like I kind of wish it would have just been he would have just been a random Witcher.
Yeah. Again, if you're adapting a video game series, we don't want to see the same things most of the time. Like show us a different Witcher or have it be like a new story of series or something.
Yeah,
Like that would
or
be
one
really
of the
cool.
other one of the other Witcher fortresses.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
There's some of 'em.
I'm trying to think of another. So I might be a little biased here, but I actually, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen them, but I really like the Silent Hill movies,
Mhm.
because they tell a similar story to the series, but characters are like flipped around,
Sure.
and it's like, okay, you know what? Like, this is its own story. It's like a retelling of the first game. Like, the first movie is way better than the second one.
Mhm.
But the first movie is like, it's the plot of one, but instead of the dad looking for the daughter, it's the mom looking for the daughter. And so things turn out differently because of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough to keep my interest. Like, I don't want to see the same thing again. I want to see something new. So,
Yeah, no, like I said, the Halo series gets 10 times better if it's just not Master Chief.
yeah. Yeah.
That's unfortunately that's gonna be the biggest crime of that series.
I think we've talked about this, but I would agree, and I also feel like something that's equal to that is the fact that Master Chief should remain faceless.
Correct.
And the person, I don't know who plays Master Chief in the Paramount Halo series, um, but he definitely probably said, "I want to show my face because I'm the actor." And it's like, you destroy the point of Master Chief. You, Jesty, are supposed to be Master Chief.
Yep.
You could be him, but now
Yep.
he's just some guy. Cool,
Correct.
but that's we don't
No,
really.
I'm liking the Fallout series because it's not any established characters.
Yeah, no, it's all new, all new, and I think that's good. Like, it takes place, like the Brotherhood of Steel is still a thing, and like
Yep.
ghouls existing. Yeah, those are in the games. It's like, there's a scene that I really like in the first episode where I'm actually going to kind of be stealing this bit from another podcast that I really like. I promise you, I'm not trying to steal stuff, but they brought it up and I noticed it as well. So a lot of these adaptations will like be like, "Wow, did you guys see that power up mushroom?" And it'll like zoom in on the mushroom from Mario, and it's like, "Oh my god, it's the thing from the game." Whereas in the Fallout series, Lucy gets stabbed in the stomach. She runs into the bathroom, opens up a first aid kit. You see a stim pack sitting there,
Mm-hmm.
just, just like a normal piece of equipment. They don't spend any time looking at it, and she just injects herself. That's the
Oh,
way it
just
should
wait.
be.
There's a lot of it.
Okay, cool. I like that moment a lot. I hate
Mm-hmm.
when it's like, hey, spotlight on the thing you're supposed to look at. If you know, you know.
Yep.
But no, I Castle Super Beast, one of my favorite podcasts, actually brought that up, and I was like, oh, now that I saw it, yeah, no, I get it, and I actually really like that. But yeah, no, it's kind of
Yeah,
it
a
for
short
my,
episode.
yeah, a little bit shorter of one. Sometimes that's fine though.
Sometimes don't have a lot to talk about. There's not a lot of nerd news.
Yeah, not a lot of nerd news. I mean, there probably is, but we're
Oh,
just not talking about it.
big piece of nerd news I just thought about.
What's that?
Adepticon is moving.
Oh yes, you told me that they're moving
Is
to
leaving
Milwaukee.
Schaumburg and going to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. I feel like Chicago is one of the worst cities to drive through.
We don't really drive through it. It's in like a suburb of Chicago, but they outgrew that venue 4 years ago. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's only gotten worse. So now they're
Yeah.
moving to Milwaukee, which sucks because the group that I went with, we stayed in these cabins and it was like $100 for the whole week to stay in these cabins.
Mm.
I was like, now I'm gonna have to get a hotel.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. But
it's fine. It's
Milwaukee's a
like never gonna
really
get a
nice
hotel
city. I
together.
like Milwaukee a lot. I've been there a couple of times. I think you'll have a
It's
good
like
time.
it's like gonna get a hotel room together.
Yeah, we are. You already know. And then we get to go play Age of Sigmar in our room after playing Age of Sigmar all day.
You will not want to play Age of Sigmar after playing
No.
5 games of Age of Sigmar.
No, I'm
I
sure.
promise.
I'm sure. I'm probably going to
And
be dead.
if those dicks in the group convince you to play in the teams tournament too, then it's 10 games of Age of Sigmar.
Oh man, I'm not. Like,
Your
there's
social
probably
battery
no
just
way.
doesn't exist after that.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
no.
usually fine till about game 9 of the teams tournament. Like, I'm usually fine till Age of Sigmar game 9, and I'm like, oh.
And then that last one, you still have that last game to do.
Yep.
I was gonna say, but yeah, no, I'm actually really excited because I found out that I really like conventions a lot. Um, and this is one that just one you're super passionate about, so that gets me really excited because I know it must be good. And
Mhm.
two, this is a medium that I'm just now getting into, so
Mhm.
I'm going to see a lot of stuff that I don't recognize and know, and I
Yeah.
think that's super exciting.
I think for your first one, you definitely need to go in with like 2 days of free day
Yeah,
to do like demos and stuff.
yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Um, but you need to accept, you might not like a demo. You might play it and go like, I don't want to buy this.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to tell them, hey, I'm not gonna buy this.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the hardest part. I'm the type of person.
We,
Go ahead.
I told you this in private, but I haven't shared it on the podcast. There's this game booth, and it's like those cubes that you like snap together like in school.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So it's like a shipbuilding game using those as like the platform.
Right.
I didn't mean to do this. If for whatever reason the guy who runs or created this game is watching, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
I walked up to his board or walked to his little table and I was like, this game's almost cool, and then walked away as he was walking towards me.
I don't think you told me that. No, wait, yeah, you did. You did. Oh my god, I
was sitting in the
forgot that.
cabin later and I was like, that's so fucked up.
Well, how many games of Age of Sigmar were you in at that point?
5.
So you were at the halfway. You've already played
Uh,
like 3 games too many.
Yeah.
You
No,
were
it
already
was-
burnt the fuck out.
I just finished the singles tournament and was like, oh, I want to go through the convention hall quick. So I was like moving and I was just like, this game's almost cool. And I just kept going.
Man, I bet you he's still thinking about that.
He's like, what a fucking asshole.
I can't. He didn't even give me a chance. Let me at least give my spiel.
I demoed it the year before.
Oh.
And I didn't buy it because, like I said, I didn't tell an untruth. It's almost really cool.
This is just missing a little bit?
Yep.
Gotcha.
And I don't think I'm doing the team tournament next year either, so that probably helps. And then we can do demos together.
Yeah, that would help me out a lot because I'm going to be overwhelmed with a lot of
well,
new stuff.
Once I'm gonna start dragging Plague to the game store with me on Fridays.
Oh, fuck? Sheesh.
You can start meeting those guys.
Hell yeah. Oh, but then there's that one guy.
What one guy?
The one that shares the last name with me.
Yeah.
And I've been like ghosting the ever loving fuck out of him for like months.
It's true.
He wish. Oh man, listen, I'm real bad when it comes to messaging people back, especially people I actually care about.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone that I'm like kind of just acquaintances with is like, "Hey, I heard such and such happened. Hey, I'm wishing you the best," and I don't reply for months. It's not because I'm like trying to be a dick, but it's just because I got like 7, 10 other people that I'm talking to about similar things, and I just forget.
Yep. Exactly.
So.
But I think that about wraps us up, Plague.
Yeah, no.
I'm tired.
I'm
We're
also very tired. The new schedule, it's getting to me, but we're trucking. I'm a trooper. So.
But take care of yourselves.
No,
Drink
hold
water.
up,
Oh,
because
no.
something happened. You've told me that and I've been there. You started streaming again, so I can
did.
finally ask. Hey, Jesty, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/JestyFish.
Hell
I stream
yeah.
Monday nights right now.
Hell yeah.
We're just painting miniatures. Right now we're working on. I have them right here. Working on this Wendigo mini.
Hell yeah. I've been in both of the streams that you've had so far. I think you've had 3 and I missed one.
Yeah, I had one that was kind of short, just like on a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
My scheduled day is Wednesday or Mondays,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that periodically I won't just do a
If you
stream
feel
here and
like,
there.
hey, I wanna paint right now, you're gonna throw it up on
Yep.
stream. No, it is a really chill little stream. Like the last one, he had some smooth jazz playing, and I was like, ooh, okay, yeah. It was real
We're just
nice.
hanging out.
Give him
Oh,
a follow. Give him a subscription. You guys can go ahead and find me at twitch.tv/Big Papa Plague.
Poopy plague.
Yeah, not Big Poopy Plague.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, but we finished this mini.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which is
yeah.
like stand-in mini for if he doesn't have a mini for himself.
That's true. That's gonna be real fun. I think my next character is gonna be a plague doctor anyway because I'm shocked I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys want to come check me out, come check me out. Same with Jesty. Then you know us every other Thursday, and then the video gets uploaded like 2 weeks after we record it.
And Spotify keeps giving me the finger, so
Yeah, what's happening with that? Cool. Awesome.
it just isn't posting to Spotify. It posts on the podcasts.spotify, but not on actual Spotify.
That's so funny. We'll get it figured out, guys. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for the Spotify layout, so we'll get that figured out. But yeah, no, stay hydrated and take care of yourselves.
Paint the damn mini.
Paint that damn mini.